Hello everyone, we are going to talk about symmetric and asymmetric encryption in this video. Encryption is the process of protecting your data by converting it into unreadable random data. The original data can be recovered only by someone who has access to the key. Imagine you want to send a very private letter to your friend. You don't want anyone else or the postal guy to see the letter. So you drop the letter in a box and locked it with a key. You send the locked box to your friend. The box is locked and it cannot be opened on the way. Only person who has access to the key can open the box. Once your friend received the box, you send the key. Now your friend can open the box and access the letter. Now this is exactly what happens in a technical context. Encryption is the process of converting the raw data into unreadable random data using a key. This is called a ciphertext. The key can be a random text or the name of your pet. The more stronger the key is, lesser the chances are for someone to guess it. The encrypted data can be sent through the network safely. No one can reveal the raw data without having access to the key. The ciphertext can be decrypted back into raw data by the receiver once they have access to the key. This is the traditional way of protecting a data and it is called symmetric encryption. The approach is to use one key that has to be shared by both sender and receiver. And that becomes the downside of the approach as well. This approach is considered less secure because the single key must be transmitted through network. Third person getting access to the key will put both sender and receiver in a vulnerable situation. To overcome this, symmetric encryption was introduced. Let's consider the same scenario again. You have to send a very private letter to your friend. Now in asymmetric encryption, the flow is little different. Your friend purchases a new box along with a pair of keys. One key is used to lock the box and the other key is used to unlock the box. Let's name the keys for easier understanding. The key that is meant to lock the box is called public key, and the key that unlocks the box is called private key. Remember, the public key only locks and the private key only unlocks. The keys cannot be used the other way. Now your friend sends the box and the public key to you. You drop the letter inside the box and lock it with the public key. Now you send the locked box to your friend, and your friend will unlock the box using the private key that she already has. Your friend is the only person who has access to the private key, which is meant to open the box. So there is no fear of someone else opening the box while sending the letter. Also, your friend can now safely share the public key to all her friends if she wants to receive private letters. Because remember, the public key can only lock the box. So it is safe to send it to anyone. Your friend will never share the private key to anyone as it is used to open the box. From technical context, the receiver usually generates a key pair, a public and a private key. Public key will be shared to any systems or servers that will be sending the data. The receiver client uses the private key to decrypt the data. The private key belongs to the receiver and it won't be shared to anyone. This approach is much secured than the symmetric encryption, as there is no risk of sharing the key that reveals the original data. Symmetric encryption is fast but less secure. Asymmetric encryption is highly secured but slower. Most systems use a combination of both symmetric and asymmetric encryption to achieve high security and performance. One of the common use cases of asymmetric encryption is HTTPS protocol. Let me explain it as simple as possible. Let's say you want to access google.com. When browser requests the page from Google server, the server sends the SSL certificate which contains the public key. The private key is in the Google server. At this moment, the browser and the server are ready to exchange information through asymmetric encryption, as the sender has the public key and the receiver has the private key. We know that this is the minimum requirement to start data exchange using the asymmetric encryption. But it will not use asymmetric encryption to transfer the data, as it would be slow. So it uses symmetric encryption. The browser creates a random key called a session key and encrypts the data using it. Now the Google server needs this key in order to decrypt the data. So the browser has to send the key to the server. We already discussed that this is the downside of symmetric encryption. But this is where it gets interesting. To transfer the session key in a secure way, it encrypts the session key using the public key. The server has its own private key, so it can decrypt and get the session key. Now the session key is shared between the browser and the server securely. Now the data exchange can happen through symmetric encryption without any security issues. To conclude, encryption on the internet works because these two approaches complement each other. One gives speed, the other gives safety. Together they form the backbone of secure communication online.